What did Trump say about trade with
It's
India?
coming in fast and furious this morning, and the president started his morning calling out India on Truth Social, saying, look, while India is our friend, we have over the years done relatively little business with them because their tariffs are far too high. They have always bought a vast majority of their military equipment from Russia and are Russia's largest buyer of energy, along with China. India will therefore be paying a tariff of 25%. Plus a penalty for the above starting on August 1st. I'm not sure exactly what the penalty is, but that's a double whammy for our friend India. And 25%, if a deal is not struck in the next 2 days, is higher than most of the world will be paying.
On August 1st, the United States did something big. It placed a 25% tariff on many Indian goods. But this isn't just about trade. This is about oil. This is about Russia. And this is about the friendship India and America that's going through a tough time. Why is the US upset? According to US Secretary of State Marco Rubio, India's oil purchases from Russia are becoming a point of irritation. That might sound like normal political language, but in Washington, those words mean serious concern. India now buys around 35% of its oil from Russia. That's a huge number. From America's view, this oil money helps Russia continue its war in Ukraine, and the US is spending billions to support Ukraine. So when India buys discounted Russian oil, it looks like India is helping America's enemy. But why is India buying Russian oil? It's simple. Because it's cheap. After the West placed sanctions on Russia, Moscow started selling oil at lower prices. India, a growing economy with over 1.4 billion people, needs affordable energy. Oil powers factories, transportation, and homes. When you are a developing country, saving money on energy is not just smart, it's necessary. India didn't do this to hurt America. India did this to help its economy. For months, the US and India were trying to finalize a new trade deal. India said great progress was being made. Trump even said a deal was almost done, but suddenly it collapsed. Why? Agriculture. The US wanted India to open its farm markets. They wanted American crops and dairy products to enter India easily, but India refused. And the reason is big. Half of India's population works in farming. That's hundreds of millions of people. Letting in cheap foreign goods could destroy rural jobs and harm small farmers. So India drew a red line. No compromise on agriculture. The 25% tariff hits hard. After India said no, Trump reacted fast. He imposed a 25% tariff on key Indian exports, textiles, gems, pharmaceuticals, engineering goods. Now all these items cost 25% more in the American market. That makes them less competitive compared to goods from Vietnam or Bangladesh. The BRICS factor. There's another reason Trump is angry. India is part of BRICS, an economic group that includes Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Trump calls BRICS an anti-American club. He believes this group wants to weaken the US dollar and create new financial system. He thinks BRICS is trying to replace the Western order and that India is helping them do it. This puts India in a very difficult position. On one side is the United States, India's biggest trading partner. On the other side is Russia, a long-term ally and a key energy and defense partner. And India doesn't want to choose sides. India wants to be independent and decide what's best for itself. And that's exactly what the US is challenging now. Why India still trusts Russia? India's relationship with Russia is not new. It's based on decades of cooperation, especially in defense. During the Cold War, the US often refused to sell weapons to India, but Russia didn't. Today, Russia is still India's biggest arms supplier. So when America says stop buying from Russia, India feels like it's being asked to forget history. And many Indian leaders are asking, why should we damage our economy for a war we didn't start? Indian exporters are worried. This new 25% tariff is already causing problems. Indian textile exports are dropping. American buyers are looking at other countries. Jobs in Indian factories may be lost. Pharmaceutical companies are especially nervous. India provides a large part of America's generic medicines. If more tariffs are added to medicines, drug prices in the US could go up. While Indian companies lose their market share, it's a lose-lose situation. But Trump is okay with that because he wants leverage. Trump's strategy is to pressure India. Trump believes that economic pain will make India give up. Accept US farm products, stop buying Russian oil, follow American rules. But so far, India is pushing back. Indian leaders are saying we will protect our interests. We won't sacrifice our farmers. We won't abandon old allies. The bigger risk is damage of US-India relations. This fight is not just about oil or trade. It's about trust. For years, the US and India have been moving closer militarily and economically. They share intelligence, build weapons together, and work to counter China in the Indo-Pacific. But now that partnership is at risk. Some analysts are saying US-India relations are at their lowest point since the 1990s. And guess who's watching closely? China. If America and India move apart, China wins. What's India's backup plan? India knows the risks and it's preparing. It's working more closely with BRICS. It's finding new partners for trade and energy. It's trying to diversify. So it's not too independent on any country. This is not about hating America. This is about practical strategy. India wants options. The energy problem, India's energy demand is only going to grow. If Russian oil is banned, where does India turn? The US wants India to buy American energy like LNG from Texas, but that's more expensive than Russian oil, and pipelines from Russia are cheaper and faster. The Ukraine war complication Now there's another twist. Trump wants a ceasefire in Ukraine by early August. He's even threatening to push countries that still buy Russian oil. That includes India. But if India stops buying, it may face energy shortage. So India is stuck between American pressure and its own energy needs. Trump is placing tariffs on many countries, but some like Japan and the EU got better deals by promising big investment in the US. Japan offered $500 billion. The EU offered $750 billion. India can't afford that, so it faces a choice. Give in to US demands on agriculture or accept tariffs and look for new markets. Right now, India is choosing option 2. It's a risky move, but it may be the only way to protect its independence. What we are seeing is more than just a trade fight. It's a test of America's global strategy. Can the US keep strong partnerships with countries that don't always agree? Can it handle a world where friends act independently? The answer will shape the future of global power for years to come.